So, as a new business owner, you have to ask yourself some important questions. Number one, how are you going to succeed at your business? How are you going to generate sales? And despite what other people may say, how are you going to fund your business to get it going? Because regardless of what someone may say, you don't need to get a loan to get your business started. You don't need to raise capital. Having started multiple multi-million dollar businesses, every one of them took at least 10, 15, 20, $50,000 to really get off the ground and get moving. And so there is a sense of, if I'm going to run a successful business and start it, it's got to begin with some sort of startup funding, even if that's just funding to take care of my personal bills while I turn the business idea into an asset that generates revenues, profits, and money. So, at the beginning, let's say, now this is going to be what a complex startup would look like. This is if you have a Facebook, a Twitter opportunity, or a massive manufacturing product, or even a service, but it's something that, let's say, is going to be expensive. You start out with an idea stage. Maybe that takes a small investment of 15 to 20,000 to take your idea from the idea stage to having a co-founder, somebody building the idea and the business with you, and then your first round of funding. You're kind of going to friends and family. Friends, family, can I borrow 15,000? My business idea is sound. It's gonna, you're gonna be an owner of the business with me. Have some shares, have some skin in the game. It's gonna be profitable for you. You take it further. You start to generate sales, users, and take it to a level where now the business has traction. It's gaining new clients, new customers. It's gaining new users if it's an application, or if it's a service, it's just starting to expand. We're starting to grow and hire people. Now we need what's called that seed round of funding. And the seed round of funding is usually very high risk for venture capitalist investors, and so it's a little difficult to get that seed round of money, but it's probably the most important round of money you're getting. After you've proven your idea and you increase sales, revenues, users, clients, etc., getting to the Series A, not nearly as difficult as that seed round. That seed round might be a couple $100,000 based on $1 million valuation. That's something you've got to take into account. Let's say I take $100,000 and I give up 10% of my company to somebody or some organization. Now I've just valuated my business, at 10% equaling 100 grand. So 100% of my business is worth $1 million, and that's going to also make it somewhat difficult. I'm going to have to be able to show tangible reasons and results why the business is now worth more than $1 million, since I gave up 10% of the company to get $100,000. So those are things you want to be aware of. Nothing wrong with taking it. Sometimes your business will never go anywhere if you don't. So I understand you're going to probably have to take that seed round of funding when you can get it, how you can get it. Just make sure you have concrete plans on how you're going to show how your value of your company has increased, after you start to grow with that money, expand it further. Then your Series A comes in, and now you get a $2 million injection of capital. Now you're really getting somewhere, and then hopefully the next step after that, sometimes you need a second and a third series of funding, but hopefully that's what it takes to get you to an IPO. And now your company's valuated, a couple $1 billion. You've raised enough money, and now you're in good shape. You can maybe, sell it. You can stay with it. There's a lot of things you can do. Once you get it to the IPO stage, you've certainly done what less than 1% of businesses are able to do, which is to go public and generate even more sales, profits, and value with your business. So that's startup funding. Now, at the same time, I think it's important to understand that unless you have a business idea like a Facebook or something that's just a massive undertaking that is going to ultimately need tens of millions of dollars in capital, sometimes the easiest thing you can do is just get incorporated and focus on getting $50,000 to $100,000 And we have all sorts of funding partners and organizations that we work with that specialize in securing just some of that early capital, $50,000 to $100,000. And for a lot of businesses, in all reality, that's all you need to get going. So for more resources on startup funding, go to leokanell.com. So as a new business owner,